Today, I'll be talking about the Syrian refugee crisis, which is a hot political topic in today's modern news, and also in the next presidential election. Everyone here has heard about the crisis that's happening in Syria, and also by like the pretty much like what's happening over there with ISIS and the civil war between Assad and the Syrian rebels, and also the mass killing of families, pretty much men, women, children. Uh, I had done various arguments with this topic in class. I also had excessively researched this topic. Although the Syrians do have like a potential threat, um, they do undergo an extensive government process. Uh, our government, our our global morality, and also and the lives of these Syrian refugees. Thus, I will be discussing the facts of the Syrian refugees. After that, I will be discussing the global morality, and last, I'll be giving you a story of a Syrian refugee. I'll start discussing with the facts of Syrian refugees. A refugee is someone that's not in their nation due to the fear of getting prosecuted, due to their political values, right, or anything like that. By DoSomething.org, established on 1993, puts facts, which includes the 11 facts about refugees that the information found at the end of 2013. There were 16.7 million refugees worldwide. 16.7 million refugees, and half of those are people under the age of 18, which is not the fighting age. So they're pretty much children. These actually do undergo, most of these are children. These people actually do undergo a very excessive background check. Can anyone guess like how long does this take? Um, by the Lauren Carroll stated 4 long years to be admitted into the U.S. and also having political refugee status in this country. Published work on Political Fact, which is Tampa Bay newspaper, published on November 19, 2015, graduated from Duke's University with a bachelor's in political science in the year 2014. I talked about the facts. I will then talk about the global morality. A friend, most of these people are pretty much living close or are going to Egypt or the Maghreb countries, which is pretty much northwest Egypt or the other parts. By Philip Farias, publicized and research work at European University Institute on January 2014. He states that 135,000 Syrian refugees are going to these areas, which they're still covered with ISIS. And also which in Europe it's only 2.4% of these refugees are in Europe. We stand on guard. We stand on guard. Europeans is 2.4%, while in the U.S. it's less than 1%. Let's say that all of you are trying to crash a class, and Andrea Smith, she has 29 students, but she can only fit one of you in, and all of us are trying to add. So pretty much one of you will be lucky enough to get it, but for the 9 of you, it's pretty much too bad, since it'll take pretty much forever. And according to Brain K. Vaughan, author of We Stand on Guard, according to his comic book, that Canada accepts large amounts of Syrian refugees, but the U.S. only accepts a small amount. Which one of the females, her grandparents was a Syrian refugee, and I'll just paraphrase what she said. The U.S. is the worst humanitarians ever. They only accepted a small handful, while Canada opened their doors and accepted legions worth of them. Which it's kind of, we always say that the U.S. is very strong, but yet we only accept 1%. How does that say about the U.S.? We only accept 1%. Europe is accepting 2.4%. Canada opened their doors widely to these refugees. I talked about our global morality. I will now talk about the Assyrian life story. By Faiz. He was a Syrian refugee that went through the 4-year program, and his autobiography was told by Times Magazine, November 2015, explains his life struggles of Faiz and his family, Syrian refugee. Which I don't see a terrorist. I see a loving father, loving his family, which is actually pretty good. And everybody just imagine, let's say you're in this journey trying to find asylum, and let's just say one of your family members died. You won't get a person of justice. You'll actually get a person that has nothing to lose and will pretty much kill. I will then end by stating that these are my references, and I talked about the facts, the global reality, and Assyrian life story. Thank you.